This is Mary Shelley's biography, Life and Career of the Mother of Frankenstein. Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin was born on August 30, 1797 in London. She was the daughter of the philosopher and political writer William Godwin. Her mother, who died days after her birth, was the famous defender of women's rights, Mary Wollstonecraft. As a child, she used to visit the St. Pancras Cemetery where her mother was buried. On her grave, she learned to read. Her father used to accompany her with her stepsister Fanny, and they practiced reading on the tombstones. Despite his financial troubles, William gave his daughter Mary a good education, exceptional even for its time. For a time, her training was in charge of a governess, to later spend a brief period in a boarding school. In 1814, Mary fell in love with her father's political follower, Percy Shelley. Shelley was a writer with radical tendencies. When Mary began her relationship with Percy, he was already married. Despite this, Mary continued her romance by temporarily settling in France. Back in England, the social rejection was absolute, and misfortune followed. Mary, who was pregnant, prematurely lost her child. They received a strong rejection from her father and had to suffer the responsibility of the suicide of Harriet, the real wife of Percy. Despite all this, in 1816 they married. In summer of 1816 the Shelleys were in Switzerland. They were with a group that entertained themselves one rainy day by reading a book of ghost stories. Lord Byron suggests they have a competition of writing the best ghost story. Mary was 18 years old when he won the contest with her creation of Frankenstein. It was at this time that Mary Shelley began to work on the book that inaugurated science fiction and that even today stands as one of the great horror stories of all the time. In 1818, she published the first and most important of her works, the novel Frankenstein, or The Mother Prometheus. Frankenstein debuted as a new novel from a new anonymous author. This happened because it was believed that the work wouldn't be well received if readers realized that it had been written by a woman. Many thought that Percy Shelley had written it, since he penned its introduction. The book proved to be a huge success. That year the Shelleys moved to Italy. Born in 1819, her son Percy Florence was her only child to live to adulthood. Her name first appeared in the second edition published in Paris in 1821. Mary's life was rocked by another tragedy in 1822 when her husband drowned. Made a widow at age 24, Shelley worked hard to support herself and her son. She wrote several more novels, including Valperga and the science fiction tale The Last Man, 1826. Shelley died of brain cancer on February 1st, 1851, at age 53, in London, England. She was buried at St. Peter's Church in Bournemouth, laid to rest with the cremated remains of her late husband's heart.